Alright, I'm in Japan with the champ, Mizuki Hiruta. How you doing?
Good.
Good, good.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Do you have a message to the boxing fans around the world?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Your next fight, knockout? Your next fight, knockout?
Knockout.
There you go.
Knockout.
プロ戦績は4戦全勝、公式級は114パウンド2分の1、美佐子事務所属。今夜のこの試合は前線のプロ第4戦目で獲得した世界王座の初防衛戦。未だ無敗の WBO 女子世界スーパーフライ級チャンピオン、ヒルタ
がここにいるうちの本物のスクールスポーツのために行こうぜベイビーバンとの国は気をつけて、現実になることがありますからね。
Alright, so we're going to continue the long tradition of covering Japanese boxing here on True School Sports. And when I say Japanese boxing, I don't just mean in a way, I don't just mean Ken Shiro, I don't just mean Junzo Nakatani. When I say Japanese boxing, I mean Japanese boxing. So anybody from Japan who's doing their thing that I feel deserves to be talked about will be talked about on this channel, male or female. In this particular case, it is a female, and many people believe that this is the current best pound for pound female fighter from Japan, and it is none other than the WBO super flyweight champion of the world, 6-0, the fighting pride of Okayama, Japan. All right, none other than Mizuki Hiruta. Now, Mizuki Hiruta is a very, very talented fighter. You know, I've always seen, over the last year and a half or so, I've seen her on Instagram because she has the pink hair. She trains at Misako Boxing Gym. So at times I see her pop up in Kenshiro stuff. But I never really watched her for myself until just recently, like within the last couple of days, right? And I gotta say, very, very talented fighter. You know, Sinisa Estrada just retired from women's boxing. She was a staple down in the lower weight classes. So now, I guess we're looking at, not to fill Sinisa's shoes, but we're looking for the next like star in the lower weight classes of women's boxing. So that being said, let's get into Mizuki Hiruta because she could be just that. As an amateur fighter, she had a record of 29-16 with 13 knockouts. She wasn't like a blue chip amateur, but she had made it to the finals of a couple of the all women's Japanese amateur tournaments and had lost a couple times, but you know, solid amateur career. She's an interesting fighter, Mizuki, because even though she is Japanese and you know she knows a little bit of English, she's still learning her English as I'm still learning Japanese. So Mizuki is signed to an American promoter in conjunction with Misako Boxing Gym. She just signed a contract with Tom Loffler. So she will be making her American debut on January 17th on the next UFC Fight Pass card. And she'll be taking on the Mexican Maribel Ramirez. So for any of you guys in the Southern California area who are interested, she'll be out there fighting on January 17th at the Commerce Casino, I believe. And it's interesting because, you know, Tom Loffler has a pretty good pedigree of promoting foreign fighters like the Klitschko brothers, like Golovkin. You know, he was the guy that had Naya Inoue make his American debut on the Superfly cards on HBO. So he knows how to promote foreign fighters. He has experience promoting Japanese fighters, and I'm looking very forward to seeing what he's gonna do with Mizuki Hiruta, because I feel like just from the little bit I know about her and going back and watching some of her fights, I feel like I always see the kids these days talk about aura and things like that. I hear that word thrown around a lot. Aura. This person has aura. That person doesn't have aura. This, that, and the third. But Mizuki Hiruta has aura. I mean, she got the pink hair. She got the bright smile on her face. She's got these extravagant ring outfits. And she always does this thing where she has like a big old jacket on her, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video. And then when they say her name, she spins around in a circle. And then when they finish saying her name, she like in a celebratory fashion, she like throws her little robe off, and it's like a signature thing that she does. So that's aura, that's swag, that's That's having a personality. That's being a showman. These are some of the things that go a long way in boxing, all right? So I feel like she just has things about her that you can't teach. She has the X factor to be something big in boxing. And not just something big in boxing in Japan, but I think she could even be good. She can make a name in the States for herself, right? So there's that. As far as her as a fighter, she's trained by Manny Robles, who we know has trained a lot of fantastic fighters over the years, like Andy Ruiz. He also currently trains Sergey Boachuk. He also currently trains Rafael Espinoza. So those are her stalemates. So she's around top talent, upper echelon fighters all the time when she goes to LA and goes and trains out there. As far as her as a fighter, she has a world-class jab, and like many Japanese fighters, understands distance very well. I think, though, what really sets her apart from a lot of fighters in Japan and just a lot of women's fighters in general is she has a very good, cadence, very good rhythm when she fights. She's very good at picking up on the rhythm of her opponents and then imposing her rhythm and her style on the fight. She's got a very good feel for the fight, good natural fighting instincts. Those are the things that really stick out about her. Yeah, and that's what it is. So I really do think she's going to be someone that does make a name for herself in women's boxing over the next year or so, and I think her having Tom Loffler behind her goes a long way. I'll be honest, I'm trying to figure out for Mizuki what's going to be her signature fight, because right now she's actually super flyweight, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm Julius from Ring IQ and I know everything about women's boxing. I don't follow women's boxing as closely as like a guy like Julius does. I'm not familiar with these champions in the division. I don't know about Irma Garcia. I don't know about Ashley Gonzalez-Macias. I don't know about Carla Eileen Marino. These are all the top fighters in their weight class. Maybe those girls are good. I'm not so sure they have good records. I do know in the weight class above, you got Miya Yoshida, who's Japanese, so that could be a good fight. I do know about Sharita Metcalf, who just captured the IBF title. Tall, long, lanky fighter. She's pretty good. I do know about Trinika Johnson from New Zealand. She could fight. And I know about Diana Thorsland from Denmark. So those, the more, from my vantage point, from my limited women's boxing standpoint, perspective, vantage point, to me, the bigger fight seemed to be at bantamweight than 115. But she's at 115. She's champion there, so I'm sure she's gonna want to fight some of these girls there. So I gotta go do. I guess I gotta go do some more homework and learn about these girls in their weight class. But yeah, either way you cut up, slice and dice. I don't even think it matters. I think Mizuki Hiruta has such a style about her that she's gonna stand out no matter what weight class she fights in. So I'm looking forward to seeing how her career progresses. Very good, classy, polished, technical fighter. A lot cleaner and a lot more efficient than a lot of women's fighters out there. So yeah, definitely someone that I think could not just be one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in women's boxing, not just the best pound-for-pound fighter in Japanese women's boxing, but probably one of the best fighters from Japan. She has those kind of skills. She just needs to get the fights and show consistency to do it over the years. But I really do believe in her, and I do think she's gonna go far in boxing. So yeah, that's my preliminary thoughts on Mizuki Hiruta. I'll try to learn more about her weight class so I can have better thoughts for you guys. But this is what I think. So leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you could love me or you could hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you click right over here.